It is now 7 p.m., and I'd like to call to order the March 20th, 2018 business meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Aldine Independent School District. And our ethics statement tonight will be written by Dr. Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Mead. The board has adopted an ethics statement that affirms our commitment to ethical conduct. The statement is, the Board of Trustees is committed to and shall perform its duties ethically and according to our core beliefs. We will model the highest standards of conduct. We will ensure that no personal value system or personal goal interferes with our duty as public servants. The public interest shall be the principle which guides the board in its deliberations and decisions.
Thank you, Dr. Garcia. We extend a warm welcome to everyone present, and we're pleased you joined us tonight as we celebrate the achievements, review information, and make policy decisions related to the effective operation of the Aldine School District. I would like to thank everyone for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us tonight. And let the minutes reflect that all board members are present, with the exception of Patricia Bourgeois. And I see that we have visitors in the audience tonight. If you have comments to the board and have not filled out the audience participation form in the brochure next to the agenda book, and please do so at this time and give it to Ms. Lorera. The board will listen under item 13 on the agenda, open forum for patrons desiring to be heard. Item number five on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. Do we have a motion?
Mr. Mead, I move that the minutes of the regular meeting on February the 13th, special call meeting and executive sessions on February the 13th and March 5th, 2018 be approved as printed.
I second the motion.
We'll begin the vote with Dr. Garcia.
Garcia, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Need yes?
Shanklin, yes.
Esparza, yes.
Booker, yes.
The motion carries. On the academic report tonight, Ms. Toma has her voice hurting a little bit tonight for all the weather, so we're going to have Dr. Davis do our program for her.
Have the privilege to filling in for Dr. Tomey this
Yeah.
evening. So good evening, Mr. Mead, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson, and and members of the board. Aldine had 29 teams participate in the Regional Destination Imagination Competition on February 24th at Tomball High School. Teams consist of 7 students, and they work on a team challenge during the year, which they present at the competition. In addition, each team participates in an instant challenge event. The Nimitz High School team placed second, Marcella Intermediate took 3rd place, and Kajava Elementary took 6th place in their respective categories. On Saturday, March 3rd, middle school students participated in the Science and Engineering Fair of Houston Regional Competition. Shayla Thomas from Hoffman won 2nd place in the Physics and Anatomy competition, and Amy Mahindarante from Hambrick won 2nd in the Plant Sciences category. Both Shayla and Amy will participate in the state competition on March 23rd and 24th in San Antonio. Also, the Indian Society of Engineers provided a special award to Tahamid Bhuyan from Shotwell for his project in engineering. Tahamid received the award and a $100 gift card. At the high school level, Miguel Chacon from Aldine 9th grade school won a STEM award for the University of Houston main campus in chemistry category. Dorian Dovai from Eisenhower High School was a finalist for the Houston Museum of Natural Science summer internship and won a Jacob Scholars Award in the computer science category. Finally, Carver High School will advance to bi-district 1-act play on March 23rd at Westfield High School. The play that is advancing is Miss Evers' Boys. In addition, Bishop Persall won Best Actor at the district competition, while Ariel Will was identified in the All-Star State Cast Contest. Reagan Jordan won the Best Technical Award. And this concludes the academic report for March 2018.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Thank you for that good report. Ms. Avalos, do we have any correspondence to be read tonight?
Mr. President, we have no correspondence to be read tonight.
Okay, then we'll have our presentation by Mr. Garza.
Mr. Mead, Dr. Bamberg, and Dr. Blanson, and members of the board. Tonight, I'd like to first call up our student performance group, the MacArthur High School Band. They perform for us this evening. And here to present Here to present the band is Mr. James DeBose. He is a first-year teacher at MacArthur High School.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening to the board as well. My name is James DeBose, and as he had said before, I am a first-year teacher here at Aldine, and I'm one of the band directors over at MacArthur High School, and I'm proud to be here in Aldine ISD. So I wanted to take a moment just to introduce these wonderful students that came out and performed for you today. So starting on your left, that is Mr. Alberto Arroyo. He is a senior. Then you have Eric Pacheco, he's a junior. Then you have Ileana Trevino, she is a freshman. Then you have Rianne Leja, she is a sophomore. Stephanie Davila, she is a senior. Dolores Hernandez, she is a sophomore. Itayi Guadalupe, she is a junior. Michael Luna, he's a senior. Jasmine Pruitt, she is a sophomore. Brian Alvarado, he is a sophomore. Obed Guerrero is a junior. And last but not least, we have Andrea Longoria, who is a sophomore. Please give a hand for these wonderful kids.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming.
Great job.
And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but MacArthur High School has an incredible senior class this year. So I just thought I'd mention that once again. Tonight, Michael Ann Kelly, Director of Visual Arts, who's always working, could not join us today, but she sent us a message, and so and I quote, "I will be at the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards, where students will receive gold and silver keys, as well as 2 students receiving special cash awards." So she wants y'all to know that she is hard at work tonight. In addition, she wanted us to recognize the outstanding artwork that was on display this evening. The artwork is from our exceptionally talented high school students and is honoring Youth Art Month, which is in March. So hopefully everyone got to see all the wonderful artwork out there. And now, Mr. Mead, I'd like to continue with our monthly recognition. First, Mr. Edmilo Ortiz, the Executive Director of Buildings and Properties, will present the Building of the Month.
Good evening, Mr. Mead, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson, members of the board, and all in attendance. It's my pleasure to come before you to present our Building of the Month. All right, I want to introduce to you, and you can see, everyone, Ida Harmison, head custodian, Dora Alfaro, lead custodian, and Tammy Schuler, principal of Greens Point Elementary. So this year, Greens Point Elementary has exemplified the team spirit this year by being a gracious host for not only their school, but for Mendel Elementary. The Greens Point team has been Aldine strong while maintaining a clean and well-kept environment that is conducive for learning for all. Heading up this mission is our head custodian, Ida Harmison, and Dora Alfaro. Ida has been on medical leave for the past few weeks, but not to worry. Ms. Dora has accepted the challenge of leading Greens Point in her absence and has done a great job. Ida Harmison has worked as a custodian in Aldine for 5 years, and 2 of those years as a head custodian. Dora Alfaro has worked as a custodian in Aldine for 21 years and served previously as a head custodian for 9 years. So we want to thank Ms. Harmison, Ms. Alfaro, her staff, Ms. Schuler, so for their leadership, and on behalf of Buildings and Property, it's my pleasure to present to you the Building of the Month Award for March. Congratulations on a job well done.
Next, Dana Sheffield, Executive Director of Child Nutrition Services, will announce her Team of the Month.
Good evening, President Mead, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson, members of the board. We are very pleased in Child Nutrition to announce our Team of the Month for February, Black Elementary School. They were nominated by their supervisor, Patrick Ona. Teamwork is a real strength of this staff. They are selfless and put forth consistent effort to assist each other to perform all needed tasks. Students and staff members are greeted with warm smiles and compassionate service as they go through an always attractive serving line of food that is inviting, appealing, and plentiful. Lunch participation is 92% and breakfast participation is 46%. The kitchen, including equipment, floors, and storage areas, are always above and beyond cleaning expectations. Manager Teresita Montoya demonstrates good leadership skills and provides ongoing training for her lead specialist and specialist. And I would also like to recognize Teresita because she was one of the very few managers who was available and stepped up to help us during Hurricane Harvey with the Red Cross shelter for several days. And also, this staff has 95% and above attendance, so that is very commendable. High praises are received on a regular basis from Principal Ash Kirk, and he is a repeat customer for lunch, I hear. Congratulations to this outstanding staff led by Manager Teresita Montoya. Specialists include Liliana Alanais, Nancy Aragon, Beatrice Biaza, Clara Batiste, Billy Hall, and Juanita Mendoza. Congratulations, team.
Now smile and act like you haven't seen each other all day. Thank you, ladies. Our Transportation Department employee has not been able to make it in, so Dr. Metcalf says she reserves the right to rush the podium. If not, if they don't make it, then, oh, they're here.
Here.
Call Dr. Metcalf up.
Okay, we make exceptions for Marcia. We make exceptions for Marcia because Marcia is up at 4 o'clock in the morning, opening the building. She's working till 10 o'clock at night if we have to. She's working during hurricanes. She's doing it all. She is a dispatcher at the East Side. Started in what, 02? 02, started in 02 as a driver. She's done some training for us. But the thing about Marcia that we really appreciate, as a dispatcher, you get caught in dispatch. I'm going to cover routes. I'm going to take care of dispatch. But Marcia sees the entire operation. And so she will make concessions in dispatch to make sure we're being fair and equitable in all the departments. Thank you. I'm so glad you made it.
Thank you.
And Marcia's last name is? Garza. Wonderful. Great job. You deserve 2 of those.
He does.
Now, Police Chief Craig Gorlowski will announce his department's Employee of the Quarter.
Officer Ellen, she could stand next to me also during the presentation. She's a little bit nervous, so. When the police department hired Officer Ellen, she was serving as a school bus driver for Aldine. And some might have questioned whether a school bus driver could make the transition to become a school police officer. I'm here to tell you tonight, Officer Ellen has made that transition beyond our expectations. She's one of our most effective, engaged police officers on a school campus. She does that by staying informed of what's going on with the students and always being there to lend a helping hand. In fact, she's done such a good job at Aldine Middle School that she frequently gets tokens of appreciation and gift certificates. And I always got a kick over the last year or so that she'd come running into my office every time she got one and would show it to me. I was visiting her at the campus just before spring break, and she said, "I got another one, Chief, a $75 gift certificate acknowledging her contribution to help ensuring a safe learning environment for our students at Aldine Middle School." And on top of all that, Captain Northey also has told me a number of times what a great job she's been doing on the campus. And so it's with pride tonight that we formally acknowledge Officer Allen's transition from school bus driver to outstanding school police officer, and she's our employee of the quarter.
Hey, great job.
And I'd like to thank Dr. Bamberg, President Mead, and Dr. Blanson, since I forgot the formal introduction, and board members.
Finally, Stacy Smith, Program Director of Resource Development, will present a number of grants the district has received.
Thank you, Abel. Good evening, President Mead, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson, administrative leadership, and ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to report on recent grant awards. Will Anthony Watkins, principal of Carver High School, please come forward? He's accepting this award for his art teacher, Laura Luna. And then Rosalind Sweat, principal of Hoffman, oh, I'm sorry, we're done. Sorry. Thank you. Rosalind Sweat, principal of Hoffman Middle School. She is going to be accepting on behalf of her art teacher, Terrence Clark. And then we have Principal Raymond Stubblefield from Smith Academy with Marin Fons. Please come forward. So as they're coming forward, New Orleans is synonymous with jazz, crawfish, and the blue dog. And I did bring a visual because not everybody knows what the blue dog is, but if you've ever been to New Orleans, you've seen the blue dog somewhere. Okay. Well, George Rodriguez is a native son of New Orleans, and in honor of his legacy, there's a foundation, and they sponsored the Hurricane Harvey Art Relief. There are 3 teachers that we have that have received $2,000 in art supplies. So the teachers that we're recognizing this evening, it comes to a total of $6,000. So congratulations to our art teachers, and thank you so much for representing your teachers tonight. I know they wish they could be here. Thank you. Yes. Will Kimberly Court Jenkins, principal of Cajava Elementary, and Tara Rollins please come forward? Thank you, Dr. Dummy. Playful imagination isn't just for playgrounds. Play can happen anywhere. The Kaboom Play Everywhere grant funds projects to create public play areas in non-traditional spaces. Cajava Elementary was awarded the grant to transform sidewalks with games and obstacle courses such as hopscotch, ABC games, a number maze, and a 50-yard dash. These are just some of the plans to transform the public areas for play for the community. The transformation will be designed and created by 3 local Aldine ISD high school students. So this should be exciting for our kids. The funding is from Kaboom, and the amount is $10,000. Will Dr. Selena Chapa, Assistant Superintendent of Human Resource and Nathan Boughton, Executive Director of Staffing at Human Resource, please come forward. And if you'll come forward. Our staff has ensured that our students' needs are being met after Hurricane Harvey, but even some of our staff are still recovering. The Project Serve grant will help provide substitutes so our staff can tend to their own recovery from Hurricane Harvey. The Texas Education Agency funded this Project Serve grant, and we received $44,956. Congratulations. And will Dr. Jill Metcalf, Executive Director of Transportation, and Jack Mann and Bertha Valle please come forward? With almost 600 students displaced by Hurricane Harvey, it is important to support students to maintain that routine of friendships and teachers of their home campus. The Transportation Department has received the Educate Texas Hurricane Harvey Kids Grant to support the transportation of those students to their home campuses. And this was funded by the Communities Foundation of Texas, and it was $140,000. Congratulations. And we have, and I wanted to mention that Bertha and I were speaking beforehand. Bertha helps with all the students, getting them transported to their locations, and she shared with me that some of the kids that they transport to Conroe don't get home till 6 o'clock at night. And she goes, I feel like they're my children because I bring snacks for them and because it's so late in the evening. And I said, well, you know what? You don't do it because you have to. I said, you do it because you care. And I think that says a lot for those of us, and especially for Bertha, that we care so much about our students, and we appreciate everything that you all do to make sure that they get to where they need to be, especially our students that, you know, yes. Yeah, I told Mr. Mann, I said my stepdad's name is Jack Mann, so every time I see him, it's a good reminder. Thank you so much. And the total for this evening, by the way, before I leave, is $200,956. Thank you.
Board members, our program will be presented by Olivia Boatner, Director of Magnet Schools. Olivia?
Good evening, President Meade, the board, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson. Thank you for this opportunity to present the Magnet program to you. It is our vision, our mission to provide a Magnet School Choice program that promotes innovative teaching and learning with theme-based curriculum. The program also prepares students as critical and creative thinkers equipped to contribute and succeed in a changing world. Magnet Schools of Choice. Our programs engage students in activities that stimulate and enhance their learning experience. Here's a list of our magnet schools. We have schools at each level. As you can see, the pre-K, kindergarten, elementary, middle, and high school. And we are particularly proud to say that the Kajawa Center has been recognized by Magnet Schools of America as a school of excellence. In fact, we have the principal here. Will you please stand up quickly and wave? This is an awesome award. And our school was one of 3 schools in Texas to get this award, so that's a big deal. Listed are the strands. Students entering in at Reese will go on to Anderson, Houston, Drew, then Carver. Students entering in at Carter will go to Houston, Drew, then Carver, Reed, Grantham, and then on to Carver. And for the International Baccalaureate strand, we have the continuum with the primary years program starting at Cajava Pre-K, kindergarten going on to Cajava Elementary. At 5th grade, the children will select the program that they will continue in with the middle years program, either at Hoffman or Shotwell, going on to Eisenhower. Eisenhower is the exit level for the middle years program because children have to apply and be accepted in the diploma program at Eisenhower Senior. The magnet schools account for 19% of the district enrollment, and 5% of those students are enrolled in through the lottery. Here are just some of the highlights of our magnet schools, where the programs are highlighted throughout the year with campus performances as well as community events. Carver Magnet High School Drama Department has worked collaboratively with the Performing Arts Department to put on grand productions that fill the house. The latest production is Jelly's Last Jam. Carver has been nominated for 11 Tommy Tune Awards, and that is awesome. And we also have the principal here tonight, Mr. Watkins. Thank you for the support. And I would like to share a snippet of what you will see. In fact, Carver, we're looking for them to also be on Channel 13 once they win the award, so just look out for them. That's just a snippet. So that means you need to actually go on to the Hobby Center to see the rest of it during the award ceremony. The STEM labs, that's the science, technology, engineering, and math. These STEM labs were installed in 2016 and 17 at Drew Academy, Grantham, Houston, Reed, and soon to come at Anderson. The STEM labs are the newest addition to the innovative learning environments in our magnet schools. We were honored to have Ms. Jewel Houston available on site for the ribbon cutting ceremony, and Ms. Houston has since passed away, but her legacy lives on. The STEM lab is a project-based, learner-centered environment that prepares students to succeed in a job that doesn't exist yet. The magnet-sponsored student robotics workshop was our first time attempting this, but it was influenced by the STEM lab. And the robotics students at Carver as well as Grantham were instrumental in helping us with this project. And it was designed for students kindergarten through 8th grade to teach them coding and robotics. The Aldine STEM Summer Camp was also influenced by STEM learning, and it was the brainchild of the science program directors, Alexandra Williams Early and Tracy Mansfield. 200 students from all over the district were able to participate in activities associated with STEM learning. Last year, it was a collaborative effort with the Performing Arts Director, Refugio Rodriguez, Colleen Riddle, Visual Arts Director, Michael Ann Kelly, Program Director of Foreign Language, Amy Smith, worked collaboratively to infuse art into STEM to make it a STEAM summer camp. This coming year, we plan to host this STEAM camp at Houston Academy for 4th and 6th grade students, 4th through 6th grade students. The Magnet Schools Festival, all campuses have booths and staff available at the festival, and the festival is housed or located at M.O. Campbell Building. There we have performances as well as activities. Parents are excited to be a part of this and to participate, because not only do we give away prizes, but we also assign seats at each grade level per campus. So they leave there knowing that their child will be a part of the Magnet Schools for the upcoming year. There's only one campus that we do not give seats away, and that is Eisenhower Diploma Program, because the students must apply and qualify for that program. Finally, the Magnet Department communicates with the stakeholders through various avenues. Through computer-generated calls, invitational postcards that are mailed out to all of the parents enrolled in an Aldine school. We have the Magnet School brochures that I've shared with you, and on our website, the applications are available. We also have transparent lotteries where parents are actually able to come and see the lottery live. And they leave there excited because they know that their child will have a seat at our Magnet Schools when school starts back in the fall. Thank you for your time, and I appreciate your ongoing support and thank you for supporting the Magnet program.
Mr. Mead, that completes my report.
The board has had the consent agenda items in their possession for study and discussed them at length in the study session last night. Is there anyone who wishes to speak to the consent agenda item to be voted on by the board tonight? If not, do I hear a motion regarding consent agenda items?
I move that all items under A through J on the consent agenda be approved as printed.
I second the motion.
Okay, we'll begin the vote with Dr. Garcia.
Garcia, yes.
Avalos, yes.
Mead, yes.
Shanklin, yes.
Esparza, yes.
Booker, yes.
Okay, the motion carries. So now we have the report of administrative staff. Dr. Bamberg, do you have any staff recognitions tonight?
Yes, sir, I do. We have two tonight. First, we'd like to recognize Mr. John Fitzgerald McGee, moving from his, this is where we stand and embarrass you and read your bio out loud. He is moving from his current position as a senior manager of budget and planning from Houston ISD to his new position in our finance department as director of accounting and business services. Mr. McGee has a Bachelor of Business Administration with a major in finance from the University of Texas at Austin, which he received in 1986, a Master in Business Administration with a major in finance and risk management insurance from the University of Texas in Austin, which he received in 1988. He also has a doctorate, and so Dr. McGee, Doctor of Philosophy and Leadership Studies from Dallas Baptist University, which he received in 2015. And he comes to us with quite a bit of experience. He started his career in 1996 as an assistant budget director at the Texas Education Agency. And then in 1998 moved to be the chief financial officer at Wilmer Hutchins ISD and was there till 2000. The budget director in Dallas ISD from 2001 to 2008. A budget account manager at Spring Branch ISD from 2009 to 2017. And then his current role In Houston, he's been there for the past year. In Houston ISD is the Senior Managed Budget and Planning Manager. So he has a total of 22 years of experience, and this will be his first year of experience in Aldine ISD. And so welcome to you. And did you bring anyone to introduce to us tonight?
Yes, ma'am, I did. Honored to have my wife, Phaedra McGee, to join me tonight.
Well, welcome. And so you got to Aldine as fast as you could, so that's good. We're glad to have you. And next, we would like to recognize Kathy Ann Sheffield, moving from her current position as French 1 through 4 and department chair at Davis High School to assistant principal at Dr. Blanson CTE High School. And she has a Bachelor of Arts in International Studies and French, which she received from Texas A&M University in 2008, a Master of Education in Instructional Technology Leadership from Lamar University, and she received that in 2004. And she has varied experience before she takes this role. Started as a French teacher in Copperas Cove ISD in 2008. Did I say that right? Okay. All right. And then also she was at Garland ISD, also as a French teacher in 2009 and 2010. And then she was in Alvin at Manville High School, teaching French 1 and 2 in 2010 and 2011. So she has 9 years of experience total, with 6 of those years in Aldine. So we are very happy to have you in your new position. And I see you have some people that you want to introduce to us. Congratulations. Very excited for your new role and your new position. So congratulations to both of our recognitions tonight. Thank you, Mr. Mann.
On the board committee reports, we have board policy revisions and updates. Rose, sorry.
Yes, we have the following policy revisions at this time. Approval of policy update 110 affecting local policy BBB, local. Board members, elections based on the 85th legislative session, first and final reading. We also have approval of proposed revisions to FDA local for space available inter-district transfers, first and final reading. I move that the board approve on first and final reading the policy update 110 affecting local policy BBB local and the proposed revisions to FDA local for space available inter-district transfers.
Second the motion.
We'll begin the vote with Dr. Booker.
Booker, yes. Esparza, yes.
Meade, yes.
Avalos, yes?
Garcia, yes.
And the motion carries. And now we have the open forum for patrons desiring to be heard. And you only see, this is a portion of the board meeting when the board receives input from patrons, and each person who addresses the board will have 3 minutes to speak on his or her issue. There is a clock at the podium that will notify you when your 3 minutes are almost up. Because of topic posting requirements of the Open Meetings Act, board members will not answer any questions posted to the board by the patrons, and no action can be taken on any issue presented during this time. And if you wish to ask questions of the board, you may submit them in writing, addressed to the superintendent's office, and the board may consider them at a subsequent meeting. If you are an employee or employee's representative, please be advised that the grievance policy deadlines are not waived. If you have documents to pass out to the board, please identify those documents. Finally, please be aware that rules of decorum will be enforced during the public comment period. Please refrain from making comments directed at specific individual employees or students by name to avoid any potential breach of confidentiality. If you have complaints regarding specific individuals, please provide those in writing addressed to the superintendent for her attention. Each participant is legally responsible for the content and consequences of his/her own statements. So we'll start off with Ann Louise Sleater.
Good evening. This is my 30th year in Aldine. In that time, I have seen many changes in Aldine, from student demographics to 5 different principals at Eisenhower, 3 superintendents, and a few different faces on the school board. Change, while not always constant, has been good for Aldine, as we have successfully overcome a number of challenges. Aldine is once again faced with a big change with our current search for a new superintendent. And for the first time in my 30 years, I am honestly uncertain and unsure of the direction we as a district are headed. As I have worked on different Aldine ISD committees, such as the last bond referendum, the Strategic Design Committee, the DEAC, the Benefits Advisory Committee, and several others, I have worked directly with many of the district leaders and community leaders. Within this capacity, everyone involved agreed and worked together because we were focused on one central goal: improving student achievement. When I participated in the superintendent search focus group, however, I sensed a seismic shift in the attitudes and goals of several leaders, both in Aldine ISD and in our community. Most everyone in this room knows me as an outspoken and often blunt person, and I'm afraid I feel the need to call attention to this foundational change and cry foul. The personal agendas of several people within Aldine are now getting in the way of progress and clouding our collective vision. Just when we need a laser focus on improving instruction, increasing student achievement, and retaining our teachers, we are hearing from a small group who wants change simply for the sake of change. For the first time in our history, we are considering going outside Aldine for our superintendent, and we are placing our trust in an outside consulting firm to aid in that search. This trust in an outside agency scares me. In recent years, my experience with outside agencies in Aldine has not been favorable. During the last bond election, we listened to a couple of guys who never took the time to truly know our students, our parents, and our communities. We trusted them as they claimed success with several other school districts, and we rejoiced when our community demonstrated their trust in Aldine by approving the bond. The changes associated with that bond election and that outside agency's research has now resulted in some problems that a new superintendent will have to address midstream. Aldine is facing financial hardships as our student enrollment has shrunk by nearly 2,500 instead of expanding as predicted.
Ms. Leader, your time is up.
Thank you.
Next is Candace Houston.
Good evening, President Meade, Dr. Bamberg, Dr. Blanson, and fellow school board members. I am standing before you today on behalf of Aldine American Federation of Teachers. Our members consist of teachers, bus drivers, support staff, anyone in the district that does not hire, fire, or evaluate individuals. This week, we sent out a survey to our membership asking them their opinions on the new superintendent search, what they're looking for. And the first question that we asked is if you want someone outside the district or inside the district. 75% that participated stated outside the district. The question that everybody keep asking is, should the person be inside or outside? But really, the question we should be asking is, whoever that person is coming, are they willing to bring new ideas, new processes, and change? So in the additional comment section of the people that stated they wanted outside the district, they're just stating they want new. We've been seeing the same way going on. So if the person is inside the district, are they going to be bold enough to shake things up? That's what we're looking for. Another thing that we asked on the survey was, what is the top priority that you want the superintendent to address? And believe it or not, it was student discipline. It wasn't employee pay. It wasn't community involvement, it was discipline, because discipline affects the learning in the classroom. And because of that, it can decrease the academic achievement. So the new superintendent needs to be able to understand that we need some changes in the district because our growth, when I speak to parents, which I spoke to a parent today, and she told me, Ms. Houston, if I had the means to leave this district, I would. But she doesn't have the means, so she stays here. So a lot of that is because we have to address the curriculum, the discipline that's in the district. I will be sharing with you guys the results of the survey on next week via email, because I think it's very fair that you should see what the results are. The number one business of a school district is to educate kids. Whomever this board chooses to be our new superintendent, we at Aldine AFT will stand with the superintendent to ensure the success of our kids and the district. Thank you for your time.
This concludes our regular scheduled board meeting. We will now adjourn into executive session under Section 551074, Personnel, and Section 551071, Consultation with Attorney, and if needed under the Open Meeting Act, it is now 7:46.
That's an